Hello everybody and welcome to week 8 of the ENC Draft League Season 4. I'm currently 7-0, 0 set losses, 0 game losses, which is like crazy. But as crazy as that is, I'm not actually guaranteed playoffs because if we look at my differential of plus 14, I could technically lose this match 0-2 and Glist, the second place player, could win 2-0 and we would be tied at plus 12. I actually have no idea how that works. I'd have to ask Sigtrick about that. Oh, if it happens. If I lose, I could ask. No reason in asking if I win. Because if I win at all, or even lose 2-1, I'm guaranteed first place. I would like to win 2-0, because that's like kind of a flex to have gone undefeated in the regular season. Anyway, I think our top 8 is actually determined, because it's these 4 are already guaranteed, and pretty much any team with a 5 wins is making it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 2 left. And then these 2 players here with 4 wins, they have a week to play. So technically there could be 4 teams that reach 4-4. But if we look at the differential here, this one, NC, can only go up to plus 0. And if both of these players lose 0-2, they only drop to minus 2. Or to plus 2, I'm sorry. So yeah, that means Colin and Slugwalk are guaranteed because their differential is just better. Yeah, so this is our top 8. The way playoffs work, if you watched the singles league, is going to be top 4, pick any player between in the bottom 4 that they like, and then that's the player that they play in their quarterfinals match. And then I believe the rest of it gets seeded so that first and fourth, like the first and fourth players are seeded, I guess, and then the second and third are on the other side. So if all goes well, I'll let's just assume that this is the lineup here. That's the order, right? So I get my pick of Tekka, Sink, Colin, Slugwalk, and then that I will be paired on the same side of the bracket as Ty and his opponent. And then Glist and Sigtrick will be on the other side. So that means if I win my quarterfinals, then I'll advance to the winner of Ty and his opponent, and then the winner of that advances to finals with the person on the other side. Anyway, we can take a look at our opponent, which is the Washington Wailords. Their team is Kingambit, rotom-wash, Typhlosion, Hisui, Klefki, Venusaur, Staraptor, Quaquaval, Alolan Raichu, what's that guy's name? Shiftry, Cloyster, Muck, and Bramblegast. Overall, this team, I think, was the worst team in the draft, but after Colin, Sigtrick, and I made the draft breakdown video, I think it got a lot better. I think we made some really good suggestions, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but just prepping into this team, it's really annoying to prep into. First of all, it's really just because there's a prankster on this team. Pranksters are the worst Pokemon to play in draft, especially when you're running a weather team, which I used to do a lot, and then I kind of strayed away from. I wanted to learn how to play like more balanced, and now I went back to a rain team this season. And I made the mistake of not picking up a prankster. And I actually am kind of kicking myself because Colin dropped Illumise. And I'm like, oh, I don't want it. I like my C tiers too much. I completely forgot we had this stupid extra Pokemon, which can be anything C or below. I could have easily dropped Salazzle for Illumise, and then probably don't want 2 bugs, so I could switch this guy out for something else. But the U tier is pretty bad, so I could have just grabbed something random. I don't know. I probably should have. Overall, I think my team's still good. I do feel like it does have some holes that it's had the whole time, but the problem is, not the problem, but the thing is, this is draft, right? So it's like, even if your team has some holes, if you don't encounter teams that can exploit those holes, do you really have holes in your team? So I've done pretty well thus far, despite I know that my team has some holes. Anyway, this team, it's actually pretty annoying because we have to play Eastside Embor into this team. It's 2 Sun teams with a Prankster setter, which kind of just beats my ability-based Politoed because I switch Politoed in, Drizzle activates, and then they go for Rain Dance after that because it's +1 priority after my +7 priority switch. And then that means the Venusaur is now just going to have the speed control like the entire time if he wants to. And this team's Chlorophyllmon had Sleep Powder. This one has Sleep Powder as well, which is really annoying. The other ones are also no slouches either. Kingambit's just a menace. You can't intimidate it. Rotom only has 1 weakness, and it's really bulky. It hits hard. It's got like every tool that it could ever need. Typhlosion hits like stupidly hard, and I think the one saving grace is that I don't think he's gonna bring it versus me. because this is week 8, so I have 7 games that I can watch of his to see like what he likes to do. And he has also played the other Rain team, and he did not bring Typhlosion to that game, so I can kind of safely say that he's not going to bring it. I did have something that I think 100% beats Typhlosion, but I decided to drop it because I did need the team slots for other guys on my team. Staraptor has Intimidate, Tailwind. Final Gambit is one that I'm really hoping he doesn't bring because that actually could put a huge wrench in my plans. I'm just kind of hoping he doesn't do that. He's never done it once, and I hope this is not going to be the week that he starts. Quackquavel just hits Arch hard with fighting type moves. Water, if I have Rain up, spoiler alert, I'm not going to. But if I did, Water would get a lot more powerful. And then Raichu. He's a big fan of this Raichu, and I honestly feel like it's a trap most of the time. I feel like regular, like Kanto Raichu doesn't do much in games, and this one is just strictly worse because it doesn't have an ability. But he brings it a lot, so I'm hoping he brings it versus me, because the thing is, if I have Arch set up to some defense with Stamina, like, it resists Rotom on typing. Klefki's not really doing anything. These guys are like physical. I guess this one has stab. It can take close combats from Staraptor with either just like +2 or 3 defense. Kingambit's not doing anything to me. Quackquavel can hit pretty hard with the stab close combat. I guess this is hard too. Venusaur will probably have Earth Power, so that's a scary one. But the thing is, that's 6 bonds right there. So if he wants to tech Raichu in, and I think he's going to because I have a couple water types, he's got to drop probably one of these two. And that's just one less mon that has access to a fighting type move. So I hope that's the case. Yeah, so we can get into my sets. I have an Archaludon with Draco Meteor, Body Press, Terra Blast, Snarl. I think I've done this a couple times now. Maybe not Snarl, but versus Slugwalk I brought. That was the week I kind of realized that Terra Blast is actually really good on this, because, like, I've said this every video, but in case you haven't seen, Terra Blast, once you've Terastallized, it uses your attack or special attack, whichever's higher. That means you can technically Draco Meteor, drop your special attack, and then go for a physical Terra Blast. And then Body Press is obviously using your defense. So this is like probably the only Dragon type in the game that can Draco and then not have to switch and just keep doing significant damage to your opponent's team, which is actually really cool. Last move is Snarl. A little bit risky with the Defiant Kingambit, but it's pretty good into Rotom and specifically Venusaur. I was thinking, if I can get the Venusaur, like, he's probably not going to want to switch to Venusaur when Sun's up. And he's also going to think that, you know, oh, I can get a Sleep Powder or a Weather Ball or a Earth Power or something onto this. If I can get it Snarled once or twice, we can put this guy in there. And then Arch. One thing also I said earlier that I've watched, like, a lot of his games. He's never done Life Orb Venusaur, and it's also not Sashed, and it's also not a berry that I could see. It could have been maybe like Koba or Aka or something, but it never procced. It wasn't citrus or anything like that. That leads me to believe that it's probably Wide Lens, because he's also never missed a Sleep Powder. He's hit every single one that he's gone for. So I'm thinking it's probably Wide Lens usually. Which means that, I mean, no Life Orb is good. If we take a look, it's doing 40% max to my Arch. Then we drop it by 1, doing about 25%. And then obviously once it's at that's being out-healed by Hospitality or Machagacha or whatever. Or not Machagacha, Life Dew. And then at any point I could also Flying Terra Blast it for a lot of damage. I do have to be careful though, because if I Terra Flying now, I'm susceptible to Rotom and Raichu, which currently I'm just walling on typing. So I don't want to Terra this guy unless I have to, like I'm staring down one of the fighting type guys. This actually just happened to be the optimal EV spread too, which is really funny, because we've put Kingambit in. I wanted +1 Body Press to kill, right? So technically, I guess I could have done Calm and then raised it to 161, but you get so many more EVs by going plus Defense Nature, because it's 166 once I put this in. I don't actually have to put the 4 there, but I figured the roll isn't changing like anything. If I put the 4 in special attack, like, it doesn't change. So why not just put it in the defense? Because once I'm boosted, that becomes like, that 1 point becomes like 4, right? So might as well have some extra stats. If I am forced into Terra Flying, I wanted to have a contingency plan for the electric types, and that plan is Rage Powder. Because this guy, if this guy's a flying type, this guy's a grass type, he can easily soak up these electric type hits. The scary thing is that if the Kingambit's on the field next to the Rotom, I can't really take a dark type hit and an electric type hit in the same turn, unless I have Psych Up, which is actually really cool tech, because I can basically lead this plus, one of these other guys, get it boosted a couple times, then switch this guy in, heal 25% with Hospitality, then Psych Up. I am 90 speed, which is actually faster than like most Kingambits. They have to be really invested to be faster. Yeah, so that's really cool. Life Dew for healing on both, Rage Powder, Matcha Gotcha for mostly the Rotom, but it also hits Quackwavel really hard and will break a potential Sash. Yeah, Terra Dark is for Kingambit pretty much exclusively. I don't like that it makes me weak to fighting, but there's no Fairy, which helps. I guess I could do... Nope, Terra Fairy would make me weak to Steel. And then the other type that resists Dark is Fighting, which is weak to Flying, and I don't want to stay weak to Flying. I'd rather change a weakness out for something else. Oh, he does have a Fairy, duh, Klefki, but that's not an offensive Fairy to worry about. And that's just one of the things that, like, the defensive Terras are pretty hard to find for this team. Because, like, you think, okay, well, Typhlosion, that's a heavy hitter. Let's go Terra Fire or Water. Oh, both of those lose to Rotom. And Water also loses to Venusaur. Okay, well, Rotom, well, you can go Grass or Dragon, right? Dragon's actually probably the best defensive Terra here because there are a lot of elemental hitters. But there is, an Ice type and a Fairy type. Not that they're, like, amazing. And then, like, Grass is the Terra usually that you want to go for Sleep Powder guys. But, Fire type, this is also a Poison type, Flying type, access to Flying type moves. Pretty difficult. I think that's also partially due to me calling Sigtrick, making some suggestions to help round out his type diversity. So, not to pat myself on the back, but we did a pretty good job, I think. Next up, we got Gliscor. This slot here, Tailwind, is for Venusaur Klefki lead, potentially. I could lead Gliscor plus one of my Fake Outers. Fake out the Venusaur. It has never used Protect in any of the other 7 weeks. Then Tailwind. And now, definitely Salazzle will be faster, but Gliscor could be faster than a bulky variant of Venusaur under Tailwind. The other options, I actually am really worried about Terra Ghost Kingambit. Like, even Terra Water will eventually fall to Body Press, like even like a plus 4 2-shots it, right? And then plus 5 plus 6 2-shots it under Reflect about half the time. But if it's Terra Ghost, I kind of get shamoned by it. I guess Draco, I can, like 3-shot it with Draco. Unfortunately, the singles calc would tell me the accurate number, but this one does not. I guess I could also Terra Blast it at any point, too, for 30%. Yeah, so I thought about putting, like, Knockoff or Night Slash on this Gliscor. The problem with that, let's put them both in. Knockoff and then Night Slash. Knockoff is doing more, right? But then once the item gets knocked off, it's doing actually less than High Horsepower. And Night Slash is, like, identical to High Horsepower. So it's like, why not just save the move slot? So once I realized that, I'm like, okay, the only other move that I'd want would be Brick Break, which is actually pretty good for getting rid of the Klefki screens. But I feel like the Tailwind is more applicable in more matchups. I can match his Tailwind. I can make my guys faster than Scarf Rotom, because he's done Scarf Rotom, like, a lot. And then being faster than the Venusaur is also good. And then maybe faster than +1 Quackwavel with some guys. Actually, let's figure out, is this guy faster than +1 Quackwavel? That's good to know. +1 is 225, if I'm +2. Yes, I am. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. Yeah. Terra Dragon, like I said, is probably the best defensive Terra. It resists Grass, Electric, Water, Fire. The only thing that would hit me would be Ice from this Cloyster, which I actually have done 0 prep for the Cloyster, so I kind of just hope he doesn't bring it. Actually, oh, I did not mean to close that tab. Yeah, I've done, like, nothing for the Cloyster, and it's actually pretty good into my team. I guess it has low special defense, so I'll be able to hit it with a Draco. He can't really come in on this, even though he threatens me with ice moves. Matcha Gotcha kind of smokes him. And then I've got special fire moves here. So yeah, the Cloyster could be scary, though, if it whips out a Shell Smash when I'm not expecting it. Next up is Salazzle, which is one of my fake-out mons. This makes me faster than... I think it's Raichu, but I feel like that's too fast for Raichu. Oh yeah, that's the right speed for Raichu. This... Well, I don't even remember what this special attack's for. Is that to 2-shot Venusaur? Oh, yep, 2-shot Venusaur through Light Screen with Overheat. Or Heat Wave into Overheat is probably what it's for. I have Grass for Sleep Powder. And for Rotom, I figured this guy's probably more likely to want to dodge a sleep powder because like he's not terraing very often anyway. But I also resist fire, which is nice before, so you might be less inclined to click a fire move. Last move, Scale Shot, for I can do it onto my own Arch to give me some defense boosts to start boosting up. Next up, we got Gothorita, which is the other Fake Out Mon, and importantly, Shadow Tag. I mentioned earlier that Snarl is risky when there's a King Gambit that could potentially switch in. Shadow Tag means that he cannot switch in King Gambit if I have this on the field. So I've got a couple of lead options here. I can do Arch Salazzle, I can do Gliscor Salazzle for the Tailwind option, but another one that I think is pretty powerful is Arch Gothorita. I've got Psyshock to hit Venus. Psychic technically hits Venusaur stronger, and I think this guy, Venusaur, actually I think they're about even, because Venusaur's way higher special defense. Psychic hits this guy better. The reason I have Psyshock over Psychic is because, like I said, the King Gambit Terra Ghost is pretty threatening, so any amount of damage I can get on it is really important. And I did not want to drop that thing's special defense with Psychic. That is like nightmare scenario. Like just trying to get some chip and then I accidentally give it +2. That's horrifying. So I'm doing Psyshock over that. Also, in a very in like a super pinch, I could technically hit my own Arch with it and proc stamina just once. Like if I'm gonna die. But if I'm gonna die, I could also just heal pulse. Maybe if I just need a little bit of a push for damage. Nope, because Arch is faster, so maybe that's not really relevant. But the King Gambit is. Heal pulse is for the Arch pretty much. I can also, I guess, heal up one of these two. Trick Room probably is almost never getting clicked because all my guys are faster than King Gambit. But maybe if the Scarf Rotom or Typhlosion or Staraptor, or I guess if I expect him to click Tailwind, I can click Trick Room and reverse it, or like make my speed slower. Or if the King Gambit goes down early to something stupid. And then Fake Out is for like the same Venusaur thing, not having Protect usually. If this is Scarfed, it won't be Protect. I've also never seen the item on Staraptor. Could be Covert Cloak maybe for Tailwind, I don't know. Last Mon is Big Show. We got Drain Punch, Knockoff, Mach Punch, Protect. This, I have debated this last slot a lot. I've had probably every Pokemon on the team at some point. Maybe not Yanmega. But I had I mentioned earlier that I had a 100% way to beat Typhlosion, and that was Basket Legion Adaptability Choice Scarf. Well, the item doesn't actually matter. I had Choice Scarf for like late game stuff with like Last Respect since I didn't have Rain. The thing is, Aqua Jet will go before Klefki, right? Because Klefki's using +1 priority from Prankster. Aqua Jet's also +1. Basket Legion naturally is faster and will have speed EVs when Klefki doesn't. So I hit Typhlosion before the sun goes up and do like 80%, which means that if it's gone for Eruption, that is now a very weak Eruption. But ultimately, Basket Legion is just so bad into Venusaur, King Gambit, Rotom, this Raichu. Like, it's really bad into all of that, and I can't justify bringing it for just one Mon. And plus, like, this also just has Intimidate, so it's like even worse. And it's also immune to Last Respect, so I can't even lock myself in. This Resist Last Respects, yeah, it was just not very good. It was good in like exactly one matchup. Politoed I've tried, but I just can't keep the rain up. And then I tried Florges just to have like a bulky attacker to help deal with some of the special attackers. Problem is, it's weak to poison. It's really good into Rotom because like it just has high special defense. Rotom can't break it. Good into Raichu, but being weak to poison and having very low physical defense, and also being weak to steel just kind of sucks. Tried Luxray. Luxray's good into these two, which actually kind of gave me some trouble because the rest of my team is kind of not really prepared to deal with them. It's just, you do not want to intimidate a King Gambit. So then I tried Mirror Herb with Intimidate, but it was just inconsistent because like this guy can boost with Aqua Step and stuff, and then the speed doesn't help me, and then now I can't intimidate King Gambit anymore. So then I tried, maybe Guts, but then I'm just taking too much damage, so I have no way to heal. I do like the idea of Guts though, because any Guts attacker I have prevents Venusaur from putting it to sleep, which is the same logic I had with Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Gliscor, because Hyper Cutter would have been really nice for this Intimidate, but I did want to have a status on my Gliscor so that I can't get put to sleep. So following in the Guts footsteps for Venusaur, I'm like, okay, well I do have another Guts attacker on my team. And this guy just threatens King Gambit so much just by being there. It also gives me a dark type switch, and I don't have a dark resist on the team before this guy, so dark resist is really nice. Status absorber. Only thing is Terra Dragon is maybe I do change that because I am weak to steel before and after, or not steel. I'm weak to fairy before and after. Fairy is resisted by poison. Hang on, poison is like not that bad. I mean, poison doesn't resist. Oh, I'm still weak to psychic. Steel is good. It's weak to ground, but the only ground type is Venusaur, but then I'm weak to both fighting types. Fighting is just already good into everything but this guy and the fairy type, though. Gaining some useful resistances from Dragon, though. This guy's honestly not going to be the Terra very often. Mach Punch, I think, probably kills King Gambit. I can never... Yeah, that's right. I can never make it guaranteed, but it's a 80% chance to KO, which is good for any chip. Drain Punch also KOs, and I put my EVs in to be faster than 4-speed King Gambit. The reason I decided on this guy in the end over Luxray is because having a strong Dark-type move is very good for the Ghost Gambit matchup. I don't know if the tall one is going to notice that Ghost Gambit is, like, really good. He might just try and do a standard one like Dark or Water or something, or Dragon even. He might hyper-focus on the Water types and go, like, Water or Dragon. But, I think Ghost is, like, the Terra type to go on it. Overall, pretty nervous for this matchup. I don't know if... I'm more nervous than I was for Eastside Ember, but I don't know if that's justified. Because there is... Back then, I was like, okay, cool, I can lose this, right? I do really want to win this. I think it would be really fun to go 16-0 in regular season. Overall, I do want to just win one game, right? Just win one game, and then I'm guaranteed first place. I'm not going to throw, and I am still going to try my best to win. I feel like this is just a volatile matchup, though. And I've said that a lot, but I feel like there are a lot of volatile teams in this league. So yeah, we're playing tomorrow, so I will see you in the battle, and we'll see what happens. Alright, here we are. Who did he leave? He's got the double guys. No Typhlosion's really good. No Staraptor's also really good. Single fighting type. Yeah, basically it's the 6 that I prepped against, except Raichu is in the varying slot of Typhlosion, Staraptor, and Raichu, obviously. I think it's going to be Sun. So what is my... Okay, so Klefki, normal, Venusaur, Steel, normal, normal, normal. Why everything normal? I don't really have a good ghost type, do I? I don't know why Terra normal on everybody. It just makes them all unking if it's dark, so that means this guy's really good. I'm gonna do this, I think. The Terra normal on everybody is so funny. Everybody just becomes weak. Perhaps. Bomb.com or Big Show? Big Show's a lot better with no thing. And I don't think I really like double Dark Week, so I'm gonna bring Bomb.com in the last slot. I can switch to Lazzle next game, perhaps. But no, but Terra Dark Gambit's really good. I was super worried about Ghost. Even Water would have been like more threatening than Dark. The Dark is it's just so bad into Conkeldurr and Body Press guy. Oh, here we go. Raichu and rotom-wash. Okay, this is bad because I could technically get faked out here. They are trapped, but they both get Volt Switch. This is not amazing. I might even be getting tricked here. Should have led Cyclizar, I guess. I thought this would be Sun. I mean, they're not doing anything to my Arch. Definitely not Terraflying here. Could fake out the Rotom and then Body Press the Rotom. How's that? Draco's half. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah, I did get faked out, but that's okay. It's Dark Pulse Rotom. Okay, good to know. Leftovers Rotom, so it's not Trick. How's Draco into Raichu? 67, double 2 shots Raichu. I'll Trick Room. If he wants to get out, he has to Volt Switch. He cannot Hard Switch. Okay, Protect is fine. Focus Blast, okay. Alright, next turn I am going to Body Press that, and then Heal Pulse. It's pretty good, I think. I could even Snarl here, actually. Yeah, I like Snarl. Because he can't Volt Switch, since I'm slower now. Body Press is 35, that means it's going to do about 50 now to Rotom, right? If it did 35 the first time. Oh, actually, it's really good to know that the Rotom is not this. Put Modest in there. Still more than that, which means it's low HP Rotom. Wow. Yeah, it's low HP. It's low bulk Rotom. Good chip. He is out. Into King Gambit. Oh, evil Captain Falcon. And he missed, okay. So I'm gonna Draco the Raichu, I think. Let's see. Snarl did... Let's see, how much did Snarl do? 38? How did it... Oh, because I'm... Oh, this is Colbert Berry. I'm like, what? Let's just put Sash. 38, yeah, that means it's not this HP. Yeah, it's literally, I think, 0 bulk. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it could be a little bit of bulk, but that means Draco's doing 75 kills, and then Psyshock gonna do a ton to Captain Falcon. Okay, he normaled. That's fine. I missed Draco, okay. That would have been a really nice Draco to hit. Okay, King Gambit comes in, or Punk Elder comes in. He cannot Terra the King Gambit. Do this. Okay, low kick, that is good to know. That's dead. This is probably dead too. I got one turn of Trick Room left. He's got Fake Out though. A double. The Captain Falcon could have Protect. He wouldn't Protect. He's gonna Fake Out. Oh wait, no, I don't want to knock off that one. Whoops. Okay, he faked out the correct one. Whew. I misclicked. Okay, that's a game 1 win. That means I'm now guaranteed first place. Gliss cannot catch me after 1 game win. Okay, he's revealed Electro Web too. All right, game 2. Let me get the sets. Okay. Now, do I do the same thing? Trapping them was kind of good. Could do a Sun. Would he go Sun versus that? These guys are not good into what he led last time, but I wonder if he does that again. I'm just gonna bring the same 4, I think. It's okay into Sun still, because I do have the Fake Out Snarl play. What items did I see? I presume Focus Sash there. Definitely Leftovers there. No idea there. Could be Black Glasses. It's been that in the past. Raichu and Rotom-Wash again. Okay. I did end up switching my sides. What did he do last time? He faked out and body pressed. I'm going to... Or I fake out body pressed, he fake out focus blast. That's what I meant to say. I'm gonna do the same thing. Do I need to Terra Dark? Dark Pulse did 35. So I can just assume that it's max speed or max special attack. Yes, but not increasing nature. Raichu to me, let's see, if I take 35, I'm going to be at 25. Raichu. What about Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt does do 25 on an exact max roll. I need to Terra. Who would I Terra? I mean, the Terra Dragon on the back guys is quite good. I'm gonna go for it. And then body press. I think that's what he's doing. Okay, I would have lived regardless. There's no flinch. Okay, got it. Okay, good. Did this thing reveal Protect last game? No. Did the Rotom Protect? Yes, it did. The Rotom Protects, that's fine. Get a free Psyshock for 50%. It's fine. Low kick kicks me out. I'm actually surprised with that. I am very light. Might as well bring in Big Show. Does Big Show... It should get to kill, even without Guts. Yes, it does. This should be a double, because the Rotom with no bulk should not be able to live a Draco. What was oh, it's just that game 2 started. That was the notification. I just gotta hit the Draco. That's the scary part. Got it. And got it. Okay, we're in a good spot. He's got his Terra left, but they're all Terra normal. Or I guess that one's Terra Dark. I'm going to Protect because I feel like the Fake Out goes there. I don't think he expects Protect on Big Show. Okay. Okay, dodge, that's okay though. With the trick returns I have, I think I can do it. We also saw that it doesn't do 60%, it does like 30%. I guess yeah, I would be in Sucker Punch range though. Does Mach Punch kill King Gambit? Yes, it does. Even max HP for defense? Yes, it does. Raichu should get Compound Eyes. And I win from this because he can't kill both. Does hit, gets a kill, but then knockoff gonna go crazy. And that is the end of the regular season of ENCDL Season 4. We went 8-0, 0 game losses, 0 set losses, plus 16 differential. I'm very proud of the way I've played. I think I am getting much better as a player the more I play. I was definitely very rusty at the start of my Draft League career, coming off the end of Gen 8. Right now, I think it's the best I've ever been playing, so that's exciting. I'll see you next week in the playoffs. I will get to take my pick of the bottom 4, but we don't actually know who that's going to be because these could shuffle around a little bit. So I'm not sure who I'm going to end up playing. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye.